Welcome to Forcefed, episode 3. It was my pick this time.
Lucky me.
And I chose Immortal Combat, starring Sonny, Chiba, and my personal favorite, Roddy Piper.
Who's that?
He was the main
cop?
Yeah, the main guy. But
John.
it also had Meg Foster in it, and I knew it was gonna be pretty good. When I seen they were working together, because they work together on They Live. And Meg Foster was also in the Masters of the Universe movie. She was Evil Lynn. Have I made you watch that yet?
No.
Coming soon. But this movie starts off with the mysterious lady, which is Meg Foster, and her mysterious Asian lover, I guess. And she tells him he needs to leave because he's in danger. It was really confusing. They kind of confused me at the beginning of this movie. It took me a while to get into it, but I liked it a lot. You didn't, did you?
It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
That's all you can say? Were there any parts you enjoyed?
It was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
So, right off the bat, they let you know that she's evil. And then they bring in, because she laughs after the guy runs out the window, because she tells him that he's in danger or whatever, and that he can't possibly fight these guys, which I guess is the one guy. It would be the one guy.
I mean,
because there's really only two big bad guys, like super guys, right? Yeah. And he's one. He turns out to be one of them. Yeah. But okay, so then they reveal that she's evil, and then they bring in the guy that I refer to through the whole movie as the storage unit guy, or Mr. Storage Unit. He's the guy. He's the bad guy because he looks like a guy that would own a storage unit. He doesn't really look like a bad guy. He looks like the guy you would get your keys from when you rented your little space. I just got a couple guitars. But the Asian guy who's running, the Asian guy's pretty big anyways, right? Like, naturally. These superhumans don't get, bigger than what they... Because basically...
They're just large. They're just beefy.
Basically, what it is... there's an island where they're training these superhumans or something. Is that what it is?
St. Marta Island.
Yeah, and I guess Roddy Piper and Sonny Chiba, who are both cops, are going to go investigate it. So, this is from that island. And this Asian guy runs into a shirtless guy who I later call Muscles. He's this superhuman guy. He's one of these superhuman guys. And evidently he kills him. I don't remember how he does it. He kills the Asian dude. I wasn't even sure if he...
his neck.
Oh, is that what it was? I wasn't even sure if he was dead. But,
yeah, me either.
After that happens, then here comes this Mr. Storage Unit and evil Meg Foster and a guy that looks like a kind of a rotund Jimmy Kimmel, and he has a machine gun. But he's just one of the guards. I thought he was going to be a bigger character at this point, but
he does kind of look like a rotund Jimmy Kimmel pre-weight loss.
But they say some menacing words to this guy that's basically dead, and then it cuts into the titles, which are rocking. And there's a lot of dragons and stuff. Really, really awesome dragon art. And then, now we're at the police station where Roddy Piper and, not Sonny Chiba, some other cop who's also good at karate. Some other Asian cop.
Right, yeah.
That doesn't really come back.
He was there with them, though, in that first...
Oh, yeah, he was with them. He was with them at the first It was like
the first crime scene. Basically.
It was a botched stakeout, is what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But it was a really botched stakeout because this crazy shit happened. Because they go into a flashback and like they must have had a girl inside this party, and she loses contact.
Like right away.
With them, so they go in to try to find her, and they see just people just doing lines of coke. They're just all over the place. I've never once been to a party where there was just coke lines on, like dudes just doing coke. They usually would like seclude themselves to, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But this is that kind of party. So then they're just fighting people. Why were they fighting those guys? They were looking for somebody, or they were snooping around.
Yeah, well, they kind of knew that.
So Sonny Chiba and Roddy Piper get in this fight where Sonny Chiba's like playing Gangnam Style, like he's just standing there fucking every once in a while he'll like he'll like kick some ass, but then he goes back to this stance, which was kind of cool. Not as cool as he is later on in the movie, which is completely awesome. But then there's that's when Meg Foster appears, and then somehow initiates Roddy Piper into like a backyard fight, which he's a cop, right? He's a cop. Are cops allowed to just fight people like this?
I don't know that they are.
They really stretch their limitations as far as being policemen or humans, really, because they would be so fucking. They would be thrown in jail by the time they got done with this mission. At the end of the
and they
movie.
would like have repercussions, like they would be in pain.
They would be in a lot of pain, and they would be in jail because they kill a lot of people. The body count in this movie is really fucking high. So, that's that badass fucking... there's like a fight sequence with him fighting that guy in the backyard, and then it goes to Sonny Chiba, who's fighting that sword fight, but he's not using the blade, he's using the flat side, which is pretty cool. He's like just slapping people with the sword. But
they took all of their fight scenes were like horribly wrong. That was where I had a hard time like paying attention after. I would like lose focus while they're fighting forever.
I think this must have
back into it once they were done.
This must have came on the tail of They Live, because it seems like they were trying to throw a lot of the same elements in it, because there were long fight sequences. There's like a really long fucking fight sequence in They Live. And every fight sequence in this movie was really long. Yeah. And then it had Roddy Piper and Meg Foster, so they were trying to like bring forth the same... Which I thought they did a great job at making a fucking cool movie, but a lot of the fight scenes were really long. They're throwing guys over balconies, there's like gunfire, like machine guns, and fucking... And nobody can shoot, evidently. Nobody's very good at shooting except for Sonny Chiba, because he's the only person you actually see hit somebody. Well, no, I guess there's a few times. But then it goes to where Muscles is raping that girl.
I don't know that he's raping her. I'm pretty sure he's not, because I'm thinking that that's what they said later. That he doesn't. That he carves his signature in their body after he kills them.
Oh, maybe that's
and he's the signature killer.
I guess that's right.
You missed that?
No, well, I wasn't thinking that at this point. I was just, when I wrote that down, I was like, he's raping her and then he kills her. I didn't think anything about him being a serial killer. I just thought he was a...
Oh, they just said that over and over again later.
Yeah, well... But everything he says at this point, it's like overdubbed, because I'm assuming he's like a
something
foreign dude or something.
Yeah, because in the only other time he says anything, he's like, yeah, he's just yelling.
But he gets shot by the
random Asian guy.
By the random Asian guy that's the other policeman or whatever. Evidently he's from a different jurisdiction, because the chief was upset about that.
Right.
But gets shot by his tiny gun. He must have had the smallest one in the whole bunch. They must have gave him that. Like, yeah, you're good at karate and shit. Here's a little gun for you. But then that guy just gets up and he's real fucking jacked up. That's when he does.
That's all he ever does.
Because these guys are like, they reveal later that the only way to kill these superhumans, which there ends up only being 2 of them, is to either cut their head off or set them on fire. It's an ancient thing, I guess. But the chief is yelling at Piper again. They cut back to that after this flashback sequence, and then he says he's going to go to the island. The chief says no, and then he says, well, I got some vacation time, so he's going to go to the island anyways. And then it cuts to JJ, who's Sonny Chiba, at home after this event happened, evidently, and he's been shot. And he's in recovery, and he's talking to his daughter. And right here, I wrote, his clearly adopted daughter is telling him he needs to rest. And then he's not really doing, he's not really doing anything strenuous though. He's just in a robe getting coffee or something, tea. Yeah. In the kitchen, and then the next thing he does isn't anything that's
well, not to begin with.
Strident. It never is.
Yes, it is.
No. Because he goes into meditation right there. He's just meditating.
Yeah, he does, and then he gets up and he starts sword fighting the candles, and then his arm is bleeding.
But that part didn't make sense to me either, because why would that arm bleed? It wasn't like he was swinging the sword around with that arm. I'm pretty sure if you're shot over here, I guess if you're moving around your circulation or whatever, I don't know. Fucking whatever. But, now Roddy Piper, which I didn't, what was his name, Tom, in the movie? John? I didn't get, I called everybody different things.
Keller.
He's on a boat, he's looking at the lighter from the island, or whatever, the resort.
Well, the lighter is because the girl that the signature killer killed originally, that was a cop, had that lighter and a matchbook and a business card, and they all had that on it. Right. And she had an inkling about something. And that's why she was killed. Right, and it was from that, I don't know what it was called,
that chemical, whatever,
HC.
the chemical company. So he's on a boat, and he helps a drunk guy not fall off, which was nice of him. Put his hand on it, but the guy just lets go right away. He's just like, these drunks. Just walks by. And then he helps, I called her Hat Lady, but it turns out to be, she's a character later. Karen. She helps her with the candy bar guy. I call him candy bar guy because he said, hey, can I buy you a candy bar or something? What do you say? Hey, can I buy you a candy bar?
Yeah, I think it is.
And then it shows that, what's his name? Tiny Lister or Lester?
Who?
The guy with the googly eye, the black dude. He meets him there.
No, it was like Inagarami or something like that was that guy's name.
Yeah, but his real name's Tiny Lister or Lester or something.
Oh, I only
he was in
that whatever.
That's another thing. This was when they were making. I think this must have been when they were making a lot of wrestling movies, because he was in No Holds Barred, which is a Hulk Hogan movie.
Can't say I've seen that one.
Maybe you will. I like shit like this, but this is another okay. Roddy Piper is a cop, but cops cannot bash guys' faces into poles. I don't care where they're at; they cannot do that. That's how you lose your ability to be a police officer, isn't it? He bashes that guy's face into the pole, which would have knocked him out. It would have knocked him out.
Of course it would.
For real.
Look at this cat.
What's up?
It's weird.
Of course it is. They all are. Free cats, did I mention that?
Too.
Look at this number. That's a fine calico.
Don't get its hair on me.
Look. Look at this cat. That is fucking nice. It doesn't do tricks or anything, but it will shit outside. You can have it. Anyways.
Back.
He meets... I call him Tiny. I'm going to call him Tiny through the whole thing. Well, he meets Tiny.
Whatever it is.
And they become pals. And I couldn't figure out what they were doing. He's going to fighting seminars.
Fighting thing, yeah.
Which is where they're building these.
What did he call it? Fighting arts.
Fighting arts. I don't even know. Sessions or something. Yeah. So then they go to the hotel. Evidently, the drunk guy helps staying at the same place. Because he's still there.
They're all staying at the same place.
Oh, are they all? Because the drunk guy's still got his same drink. He's still got it. So I always notice weird shit like that. I like it. But then he sees Eyebrows Girl.
Who's that?
The girl that gives him the medallion at this point.
Oh,
that never the medallion.
She didn't give him the medallion yet.
Well, he sees her, and then she comes up to him there and gives him the medallion.
Oh. The thing around his neck?
Yeah.
Not when she sees him in the hotel, going into the hotel. Oh, but then she did come up there. I thought that she gave it... No, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought she gave it to him later.
Which that medallion never comes into play later on.
Yeah, right.
Unless that's the thing that...
She just said good luck.
Wait, is that the thing that she shows him and says that there are those other dudes? I don't know. But he goes to his room and is immediately greeted with room service. Which you had said at this point. He got the same room with that girl
because their names are similar. Karen Keeler, and then he's John Keller.
Oh, did he talk to her on the boat?
Yeah. He was...
Oh, yeah, he came up and pretended to be her husband when he smashed that guy's...
Because the candy bar guy, yeah, was hitting on her.
Yeah, that's right. So, so then they run into each other. She was taking a shower. He evidently just decided to buy all the food that the guy brought in, because he was sitting there eating it all. Yeah. But, I'm for sure 100% that this girl is full of shit, because she would have fucked him before. Does she fuck him in the movie?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. She would have.
Why?
Probably here.
Why?
Because did you see what he looked like? He looked pretty good. He looked like a man. He did. Like, if a guy had just... Say you're single Martha.
You look like a Ken doll.
Say you're single Martha. And you're on a boat. And, and some asshole's hassling you. And then, like, a handsome, muscly guy...
Ken doll
comes up and, like, saves the day, smashes the guy's face. And then he appears shirtless in your room, and he looked like that. I
probably would have been a little creeped out.
You'd be like, hey, Mr. Thanks. She is a complete asshole. You would at least be, hey, Mr. Thanks, if you did not approach him.
Well, she was surprised by his presence, and she was in a towel. I mean, give her a little credit here.
Well, I guess that's true. I will go with you on that. Now we're back to... Sonny Chiba, and he is chopping candles and staring at swords, which was weird.
I did not get the sword staring.
What is he practicing for? Is it really like chopping?
I think he's just healing and strengthening his arm and getting back to normal.
I want to know the time period that he is healing, because if it's the time period that aligns with Roddy Piper's path, it's really short. Yeah. And he's healing like a motherfucker, and he was just
from a gunshot wound, yeah.
And I guess...
it was only to his arm, but still.
I guess, when you chop a few candles and stare at some swords, it works like gangbusters, and you are fucking... like 2 days.
Was that tea he was drinking?
He was drinking some fucking sweet-ass tea, I guess. Back at the hotel, what's with the desk clerk?
He's gay and after that guy.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought he was just creepy.
He was creepy.
It wasn't coming off as that he was gay. Really, it was just like, was he part of the bad guys?
The other guy buttoned up his shirt at some point, John.
No, I didn't. Okay. Now he's breaking into the compound, and this is where he gets his nuts caught on the wire.
Going over the fence with the barbed wire at the top.
Yes.
And he just puts his hands right on it and squeezes it together to try and get his...
This gave him an opportunity to say a lot of little funny little lines.
It was awful.
I'm going to have to talk to my rabbi about this. He's not Jewish. But he gets caught by Meg Foster and Mr. Storage Space. And Tiny's with him. But Tiny says he's cool.
He says,
he's good.
Will not kill.
But not right now. He's not dead yet. They have to kill him. They reveal that these guys are superhumans.
They haven't fought yet.
Oh, I guess there was 3 then. There was 3 superhuman guys because Tiny was one too.
Well, sort of.
He was completely.
Well, but he never did anything. He was always against it.
No, he had willpower. But
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, where?
Oh shit, I'm lost now. Tiny says he's cool, and the same guy from earlier, the Asian guy, is fighting Tiny and kicking the shit out of him.
Oh, the big Asian, the super human Asian guy.
Tiny turns it around by he was going to send him to Knockout Land. That's what he said. But he gets
technically
knocked.
Wins, but then
He comes up with like a Liu Kang style dragon kick and fucking that. I think, does it kill him? It must.
No, because she says she's gonna.
She's gonna take care of him
and take care of him, which basically means he is gonna die, and then at that certain point, that's when they do whatever to make him.
But then she says to Roddy Piper here that he can stay there, right? Or unless he feels safer going back over the fence.
No, you can leave through the gate unless you feel safer going over the fence.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I was wondering, I guess he went over the fence? But
no, he went through the gate.
I must have been writing something down at that point. Chiba is healing and regaining his sword skills at an incredible pace. I wrote that down.
Incredible.
Then, what's her name? Jane?
Jill? Dead girl?
No.
Daughter?
No. The girl from the boat.
Karen.
Karen Keeler's her name?
Yep.
She's eating watermelon with a knife and fork.
She got a big old thing of watermelon on her plate and it's almost gone. And she weighs 85 pounds.
But then, did you see a point when the fuck did he take her Jeep? Because she says that he took her Jeep.
When he went to that compound.
Yeah, but when did they show that? Or reveal that she had a Jeep?
They didn't until that point. He just saw it was a Jeep, and then you find out later it was her Jeep.
But that same Jeep shows up
over and over again. Yeah. Throughout the rest of the movie. Anytime they're in a Jeep, it's that yellow Jeep.
But the thing I didn't understand here also, other than the fucking Jeep was hers, evidently, because I was thinking, he must have went and rented a Jeep. That's what I was thinking. They could have just assumed that people thought that.
Right.
But they wanted, I guess...
Throw that in there. I don't know if that was part of...
But she was so nice to him at this point.
Well,
she was just a complete
30-30 now. Yeah.
Well, she was really nice to him. No,
he's charming her.
But
flirty for 30.
She wants him to. What's that? Oh,
check it out.
They talk about the compound here, right? That's what I wrote down.
Well, and her friend wrote her. I
don't know. He asked. See, what I wrote here was talks about. I must have been sliding out of it at this point. Said talks about the compound, then asks her about bullshit. I just whatever. Now we're touring some ruins with. I still called her Hat Lady here because I didn't know.
Oh, she still has that stupid ass hat on.
And she's a photographer. She's the photographer that was taking pictures at the base when he was fighting.
Yeah, but you didn't mention that earlier. But when they were fighting,
when Tiny was fighting. But what the hell? I can't even. I hate it when I write stuff and I can't. Oh yeah.
Those guards.
I hate it when I write something all fucked up. I wrote sees Piper, and then I wrote in quotations, "This man is unbelievable." I didn't know if I was saying that because earlier I had said that I thought he was a good looking guy. I'm like, is there something going on here? But
she saw him sneaking off, and then
this man is unbelievable.
She didn't say that.
So
but she goes off to follow him with her camera.
And this is where I was like,
him coming out of those ruins.
I was like, okay, well, they're gonna have sex later. They never do.
No,
not once. It's implied that they did, though. I
don't know if it is. Anyway, the guardy guys come along and want her camera, and he takes the camera from her. Acts like she's his
this
wife
is awesome
again with his stupid ass southern
This
accent.
is awesome.
It's awful.
Oh, it's so good. Hey there, honey pie. He's so fucking. He's so great. And then he takes the camera and Yeah, he takes the film out of it. We would find out later.
I knew he was doing it.
Yeah, I kind of did too. But he does the old sleeper hold on one of the guys and knocks him out. And she's still not impressed at all.
I think she is too, because they go out on a date, don't they?
When?
They were sitting on a rock drinking champagne,
That's
dancing in the water.
I guess that's a date, whatever.
They drank champagne on a rock by the river, and then they danced with their feet in the water.
That's beautiful.
That was a beautiful date.
So,
for someone that's not us, apparently.
That happens later on. Right now, Sonny Chiba is getting really good at chopping candles.
He's good at it.
He can chop them to where the candle lands on the floor and it's still lit.
He's talented.
I like that. And now he's getting ready to leave, isn't he?
Yeah. He tells his daughter that she's not his daughter.
Yeah,
Which
because
she knew.
He shot.
She knew that, but she thought that she obviously, but she thought it was because he felt something for her, you know, and it was just because he felt bad because he was actually the one that shot her mother.
Yeah.
By accident.
That's funny.
And then he took her in, and I don't know.
Why did
weird.
they?
I don't know
why did they even do that? It's not even like it affected how she felt about anything.
And the next time you see her is when they come back later.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's not even a very
important
character.
She does come back and she does give him a gun before he leaves.
Oh yeah. But she has some like sweet ass mom jeans. Did you see those? Fucking sweet.
I love a good mom jean.
Like a.
Don't say it.
Like a diapery ass or something.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
Like a soupy butt. It's like a lot of room in the dumper. Kind of high waisted.
Dumper.
High waist. Pull it up high.
I thought you were going to say a camel toe.
toe.
That's usually what mom jeans give you.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's never a good thing to have.
Maybe there was. She's pissed that he might die.
Oh no, I don't know.
And she won't take him to the airport. And he calls the chief, but the chief has no fucking control at all over the situation. He can't control Piper. He can't control Chiba. There's a Chiba. There's a Chiba Piper epidemic. He won't.
Roddy Piper.
He has no control.
Just like to say it.
But he's gonna go and help Tom.
John.
Piper. That's what I call him.
Roddy Piper. I've heard you say that name so many goddamn times. The last couple of days, I'm sick of that name. Roddy Piper. All day long.
I was just about to say, I've said Piper a lot. I need to stop. I need to pipe down. That's what I need to do. But
Roddy.
This is where they have their date, right? Oh yeah, but before that, Sonny Chiba is taking a katana and a gun on a plane.
No problem.
No problem. Which
he's a police
later
officer.
on it's revealed that he has a whole bundle of stuff. Yeah. He has ninja stars. He has bombs that explode when they hit you. It's insane.
Big fighter bomby things.
Yeah, this is where they have their date, and you knew it was going to get like kind of romantic because that romantic music was coming in, like when they were talking about things that weren't romantic, and it just faded in, swelled, as you may.
Lovely.
It was beautiful, and they dance in the tides. Where is this at?
I don't know.
Elsewhere.
St. Marta, I think, the Isle of St. Marta. I said that at the beginning. You obviously weren't paying attention.
Well, now we're back at the hotel room, anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Just change this.
Anyways. And there are intruders.
Oh, God. Back to the cat.
There are intruders. Did you see that?
Oh,
and Piper comes in and saves this girl once again. She's still not going to be impressed. She doesn't care.
She is impressed. She's in love. They went on a date.
I guess she's wearing his shirt.
I don't know if it's his shirt because he comes back in later, obviously, to kick the intruder's butt.
And a wife beater.
That was tucked into his sweatpants for bedtime, I guess.
He was all sweaty already, anyways.
Yeah, just on
he
the
must
back.
have been working out. I like the picture he was working out.
That was a weird thing to say. I'm a little uncomfortable with that statement, as a matter of fact.
Listen, Martha, I just need to come out of the closet. And, I can't help it, man. What can you say? He looks good. Looks like a man. No, for real. I like to imagine that that's what he was doing because...
Moving on.
They actually sleep together. They actually sleep together. They don't have sex. They actually sleep together.
Oh.
They literally sleep together.
Literally.
And he's gone in the morning. He left the nice wicker bed and ran off. It was wicker.
Was it?
It was a wicker headboard, anyways.
A good wicker. Anything, really.
And then she realizes that all her film is gone.
Yeah, the guys
But
in
I
the
knew
night
that shit.
saw
I
it.
knew that shit because I seen the guys in the night take it.
Saw him do
Girl.
it. Bitch.
Oh. And then she asks him for help getting into the compound, but he doesn't want to help her because he's looking for a murderer.
He's looking for the signature serial killer.
He doesn't have time for that shit to help her.
Busy man.
But
Busy.
oh, this is where he says that he's got the fucking film, anyways. From where this is where we find out that he took it out.
He switched it, so they took the wrong film.
Yep.
She's kind of pissy.
Holy shit, is that clock right? We better take a little break for a second.
Take a break.
We'll be right back. Thank you for watching.
On the banks of a muddy billabong, but he's here to entertain you, so please don't go. Won't you come along and hear his song?
Oh, I'll scrunch up all your finger bones and nibble off your toes and swallow them one by one. Then I'll lie for a while with a crocodile smile in the crocodile noonday sun.
Whenever he eats children, he cries the whole night through. It always makes...
Welcome back, guys. That was a fun break.
Yeah.
What'd you do on your break?
Sat here while you turned the camera off and
Don't break the third wall. You sat here while I turned the camera off, and then I went and I put a ship in a bottle and raised the sail.
yeah, you did.
It was like an hour ago.
You
You sat here and read, what's the book you're reading? Morning Glory? Mockingjay. Which is going to be your next movie. What's your next movie going to be?
The Hunger Games, but that's from the first book.
She's going to make me watch The Hunger Games.
It's a bunch of fighting, hello. That's all this friggin' movie is.
Mwah.
Meh.
Mwah.
Meh.
I'm not a tween.
Neither am I.
I'm not a tween. Where were we at?
You're an old fart.
Oh, she asked him for his help.
Okay.
And then he has the film.
Yep.
He shows her Roddy Piper. Piper has the
Got it.
film. And then it cuts to Meg Foster and Mr. Storage Unit looking at the goofy pictures of
Yeah.
what's his name?
John.
Again? John. I'm going to start calling him John because I can't say Piper anymore. My lips are starting to feel kind of funny. Like when
That's
you
what
blow
she
on
said.
Like
That
when
was a
you
good one.
like when you blow on a trumpet or a butthole.
That's what she said.
But
Blows on a butt like that.
maybe it blows back.
That's not good.
That's not good. Where are we at? Keep on track. This is gonna be a long one if we get through it.
You lost me at the bow. I'm sorry.
Okay, Piper's looking for Karen because she's gone for some reason. When we come back, what the fuck happened? Who knows? She's gone. He's coming in looking for her. And Mr. Storage Unit comes to greet him with this gang of thugs. And he... Get out of here. You're laughing at me because I'm just getting lost in my notes. Oh, but Mr. Storage...
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, pull it together, Bertha. Mr. Storage Unit... Oh, shit. Martha.
I don't know what I did.
Every time you look at me, I fucking lose it. Hold on. It's because you
Rude.
Okay.
Let's wrap this up.
Hey.
I got shit to do.
Okay, here we go. Oh, Mr. Storage Unit tells him he needs to come with him. He has no choice. He has to come with him. And John hits him right in the cocksucker. Oh, shit. But then Mr. Storage Unit tasers him. There's a fight scene, and Sonny Chiba kills 3 guys with ninja stars.
Yep. Ching, ching, ching.
Murder, murder, murder. Boom, boom, boom. 3 guys killed.
Murder, murder,
I'm a
murder.
cop. 3 kills. Right off the bat. And then it's not even addressed. It's not like John.
Uh-huh.
Shit. Is it Tom? John? Shit. Pull it together, Mark.
John.
Pull it together. Oh. Anyways. Then it cuts to Karen in a prison cell that looks like, I thought they were on a fucking stage in a play. Because it was so fake looking. Like the lighting. The lighting is kind of fucked up in this movie. A lot of times it looks like, I don't know, why is it so bright at nighttime? Clearly because they needed the light. But this is where the doctor is also locked up.
Yeah, the
reveals
guy
that they're
that
super
wrote
beings.
to her originally.
Then here comes Meg Foster. She threatens Karen, interrogates her, and shows her the murder photos from the signature killer.
Yes.
And that's where you learn about him.
Yeah.
But
Nice guy.
shit, we're gonna really have to wrap this sucker up, I think. Anyways, Piper and JJ are driving, and they go through the tropical cornfields. They're doing their buddy. They're doing their little rush hour kind of buddy, Shanghai noon kind of deal, and they're driving through this cornfield. They get stopped by fucking... Is this where they get... Yeah, they get stopped by Mr. Storage Space again, and his crew, including Tiny, who's now a zombie superhuman.
Well, they're not really zombies, but yeah.
They are zombies because they have to kill them and bring them back with the magic juice.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, and then there's like some weird thing between JJ and the big Asian guy. Like, he like calls him out in foreign language, and they don't subtitle it or anything. I don't know if they were trying to get across there was some sort of like relationship there. Like maybe that was his son.
They were from the same place.
So they start this big fight scene. JJ hurts his foot on the dude's ass balls taint. You remember that? He kicks him in like the taint and goes, "Whoa!"
He did.
And this is where JJ's premonition that he had when he was meditating of Tom?
John.
It's such an unmemorable name. Like in all his other movies, like Hell Comes to Frogtown, his name's John Hell, I think. Fuck, I don't know. Whatever. Seems like his names are more memorable than Tom. Regardless, this is where he sees the Piper get smashed into the windshield. That was the premonition from earlier. And they're allowed to run, I guess. This is like a game. But
And he's going to send the guys after
is
him.
that what they have to do to turn them into super beings? They have to run? There has to be a chase? That seems like
he's
the
just
thing.
giving him I don't know. He just
Because
gave
they
him a
made that
chance.
one
I
guy
don't know why.
run, and then they chased him, the first guy, the superhuman.
That's true. I don't know.
Maybe that's part of the deal. And then they got to fight. I think there was something said about that later by the eyebrow girl when they meet her again. But the guys... Karen runs out the door when Mr. Storage Unit enters to tell her about Tiny not attacking. That was really weird. Like, she's in the dungeon being interrogated and threatened by Meg Foster, Mr. Storage Unit comes in and just kind of leaves the door ajar, and she runs out, and then nobody says anything or stops her. She gets out of this place so fucking easy and gets a gun.
Yeah, from the guy at, like, the guard at the gate.
Which I would assume, up to this point, I assumed that everybody that was like a guard or in a guard outfit was a superhuman. But they were clearly just lackeys, like losers that could
work there.
How does she just punch the guy like a couple times and he's knocked out?
She uses her shoe like it's a gun, and then she uses the shoe to
Smack
beat him in the face a few times. That knocks him out, and she takes his head.
The guys are still running for their lives, being shot at, and then they fall off a cliff, grab onto some vines, and then they. This is like a going back and forth between her sneaking out and then them running.
And then, but they have to like go across this narrow ledge to get back to where they were to begin with, I guess. And Roddy Piper goes over the edge when
he says
big Asian guy comes to fight him.
He says they're gonna have to jump down this waterfall into this water and swim, and Roddy Piper can't swim, but he gets kicked off anyways into wherever. Does he land in the water? Does he land?
Has to be in the water.
I guess, but
How else would he survive?
Well,
Did you see that drop?
Yeah, but later on he shows up fine, not hurt at all, and dry. So I don't know how that happened. This is the fight scene with the fucking belt knife. Mm-hmm. He fucking cuts him like right across the eyes with this belt knife, which would be handy. And then he does the magical kung fu kick out of the water because he stabs him in the foot with it. And then he jumps up like a swan and kicks him right in the face over the waterfall. Yeah. And then Tiny won't fight at all, right?
No, he refuses. He keeps saying, will not kill, will not kill.
And so he fights Muscles and dies. Did I skip something? No, I didn't. It just cuts to that, I guess.
Yep.
And then it cuts to Sonny Chiba putting on his biker gear and his ninja badassery. Yeah. He's got all these weapons, and then immediately he runs into Piper when he's going through the woods or whatever. Handy. And then they immediately run into Karen because she stops at a river, and then that horrible guard, like, are they guards? Are they soldiers? They're very spread out among. They're all over the island. There's not a game plan. It's not like, if they were moving in a bunch of troops or soldiers, there would be like a general there being like, go get them, do this, do that, you go that way, you go that way. They don't have anyone guiding them. They're just meandering soldiers that are, I guess, assuming that these are the people that are, I don't know. But this guy has a machine gun. And then Roddy Piper pops out of nowhere and distracts him by asking him where the bathroom is, which is asinine because they're out in nature, which is just a bathroom, right?
Yeah.
When nature calls. So now they're on the run. The other guys are on the hunt. They see the eyebrow girl. She gives them a special power drink and tells them 2 ways to kill the superhumans.
Setting them completely on fire.
Burning them to nothing. And
slicing their heads off.
Which is the same way you can kill zombies. So there's zombies. But I guess you could shoot a zombie in the head and kill it too.
Good to know.
Now they're standing watch. While they're standing watch, it is revealed that Sonny Chiba told his daughter that he shot her mother and was alright with it and could carry a gun now. Clearly it didn't bother him that much anyways, or he wouldn't have jumped at the chance to have the gun again. I guess you would if you knew you were going to an island where you might die. It might be handy.
And she doesn't want him to die. She still cares about him even though he lied to her all her life.
Right. So then just some of these soldier guys start coming at him. And JJ murders every one of them. Like, he's the killer in this movie. He kills more people than I see the Muscles dude kill.
Right.
So he's the real menace. Sonny Chiba. Ominous music.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Ominous music.
A lot of guitar music.
And then I thought Eyebrows was dead. Because it was just ominous music, and then it shows her washing dishes or something.
I don't know, putting something in a basket.
And then...
repeatedly doing the same motion.
And then it just shows her dead, and Karen walks in and sees her dead. Well, she wasn't dead, evidently, because she had her, like, lifted up later on. Unless she was, like, weakened at Bernie's and, like, holding her up.
Oh, that is true.
But she looked real fucking dead when they showed her. And then Muscles comes in and starts choking Karen. He like evidently puts her up on some sort of hook because she was.
Yeah, because she just hangs there for a second.
Whenever Roddy Piper. When Roddy Piper came through, he knocked him through a wall, and she was still hanging there. This is a really long.
Section.
This one must have killed you because this was a really long fight scene here. And
And
this is where Eyebrows isn't dead because this is where she like shows her holding her up, but then JJ uses his gun and saves Piper, who was getting dunked in the water tank.
Yeah. Fluffing hair at me.
Piper was getting his head dunked, and JJ shot that Muscles guy in the head, but we both knew he was going to get his ass back up.
He shot him several times. I remember he fell back over the barrel he was trying to drown him in, and then they were like, oh, thank God.
And
they hug, and then he's like, rah.
Yeah, and then, Mr. Storage Unit and Meg Foster come with their crew. Guns a-blazing, just shooting, but Mr. Storage Unit is very bad at shooting a gun.
Yeah.
He has a semi-automatic or an automatic rifle? He has some sort of machine gun, and he's shooting it, but he's missing all kinds of shit. And doesn't hit anybody as far as I'm concerned. I didn't see anything. He comes in blowing the fucking place up. This is where Muscles jumps up, and they reveal he's the signature killer. And you said, I missed this part because I was writing all that shit down, but you said Karen punched Meg Foster in the face.
Right in the face, knocked her out for a second.
That bitch. She deserves it from being a fucking bitch. But Mr. Swords Unit this is why I say he's such a horrible shot. He takes like 5 million shots at Sonny Chiba, right? And then Sonny Chiba like throws that badass bomb.
It does hit him once, but it's in the chainmail. And he picks the bullet out of his chainmail.
But Sonny Chiba has this fucking badass grenade that sticks.
I thought it was like a ninja star thing.
It was like a ball with spikes on it, and it sticks in him and blows like a big chunk of his chest out. It was pretty awesome. I like that. Did you like that part?
I didn't see that, I guess.
What were some of the parts that you liked a lot in this? A little bit.
The parts where they weren't fighting forever. I don't know. Part of it was funny when he started using that accent.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was a natural laugh out loud moment. And then Chiba is blowing shit to pieces. Everything's blowing up. There's so many deaths here. And then they break it down to where it's like Chiba versus big Asian guy and Piper versus Muscles.
The signature killer guy.
Yeah, and then there's that, like, Piper dumps, like, some shit on him. And I guess they must have had to pump
gasoline.
Yeah, but he says, here's some gasoline for you, or something like that. But it was like an ADR line that he recorded afterwards, I'm assuming, because when he does it, the director or somebody was like, we better put a line in there, because they don't know what that could be water, because it's not like a gas container like you would see, which would have been the easiest way to go, like to get a gas container. I'm sure they had them in 84 or was it 94? Of course they had them. The big red ones probably, and whatever. So what happens is Piper sets Muscles on fire. Chiba cuts the other guy's head off with his sword, which we seen coming. Then the flaming Muscles takes down Meg Foster too. He just kind of hugs her. But very high body count in this movie overall. I think Sonny Chiba has killed more people than the signature killer did all throughout his career. But everybody's alive at the end. Hooray, hooray. And what is Sonny Chiba doing? He goes back home to his daughter and wakes her up. And it's happy day there. And then Roddy Piper's waiting at the
Karen.
bar for Jen,
And John.
and Karen.
And
And he's waiting on her. And then she comes in.
In a foxy
and she's
red dress.
sexy. Fierce, feisty.
She got
And they
the
have like
updo, ringlets down one
the soundtrack just goes to like some like, I don't even know what it would be, like
island music.
like Baywatch Nights kind of music.
Silly.
But that's the end of the movie. And I've never seen a happier look on your face than when it ended.
I know, I think I clapped.
But, okay, let's rate it. 1 to 5.
2.5.
So, what'd you give Redneck Zombies?
1.
Oh, so it's better than that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it... Obviously, I want to give it a 5. But I think I give Redneck Zombies a 5.
You did.
5.
I was gonna say, you can still give it a 5.
I don't want it to become a normal thing with movies I pick, but it's a fucking 5.
So,
Anyways, thanks for watching. Forcefed. Say something.
bye.
What's your catchphrase?
I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this.